Well, good evening there, chums, pals, friends oh mine. You've probably been wondering where I've been, and I've been wondering where I have been as well. When I got back from the East Coast, we did Plymouth Rock, we did fall colors and leaves and some Halloween stuff, Salem, Massachusetts, all this great stuff on this great trip. I came back to Southern California with all kinds of plans. Unfortunately, right when I got back, caught a cold. It wasn't the cold. I was doing testing and everything, but still, I don't want to get people sick when I get sick, so I kind of laid low for a while. And the very next week, some good news. Our very own Fake Tyler, who you guys know, and his fiance Alex, they got married, and so we went down to San Diego. And it was a couple days because we were in the wedding party, Allie and I. We haven't really posted pictures because people were kept their cell phones away, and there's a photographer and all that. So I'm sure coming up pretty soon, I'm sure we'll have pictures and stuff of the wedding. And I wasn't filming it because I was up in a monkey suit in the wedding party, standing up near Tyler. I wasn't the best man or the next to best man, but I wasn't the last best man. I was like the second to last best of the men. So anyway, congratulations to Alex and Tyler, and then of course Halloween came, and I caught another cold. Again, not the cold, and I'm doing testing and everything. I'm like, all right, so I'm still kind of laying there like, okay, well, we'll let this blow over. It starts to blow over. I'm feeling good. We start filming a few things, projects for November, and right afterwards, this is last week, I started getting sick again. And we had places to be and things to do, and this time I was like, no, this feels different. This feels wrong. And so Allie and I took a test today. Well, not today as you see this, but today. And it is the one. The corona noted, the big one. And so finally, 2 years or more of dodging hailstones and running and fleeing from the thing. And remember, there were lockdowns, and there were masks, and there was hand sanitizer and all kinds of things. I never, during all that time, all the colds that I've had, or any time I've gotten even a sniffle, we've always tested. We've always had the home tests and the other tests. I used to go get the rapid test before you had the home test. You had to go down to the place and the whole thing. Never caught the big virus until now. I feel okay. It was super different. Going through waves of just sort of like body achy, fatigue. It's mostly really just bad fatigue and a stuffiness. And then Allie got it as well, and so she's more stuffy, but we're feeling okay. We feel good. This actually feels less bad than the last cold I had, which wasn't the cold, but that's what's going on. So I figured, well, being out sick and then being already fired up, ready to go, and then getting sick again. But perhaps we used to have a thing in my band. My bass player, this guy called Matt, but we called him Monkey. He big dude, big large guy, and when we were young, teenagers and stuff, he was real gangly and bumping into stuff as you do, and so we always called him Monkey. And he would always accidentally break things, and we always had this thing where, like, if something broke, we would blame it on him, even if it wasn't him. And the joke was, you weakened it, and then it broke. That's sort of what happened here. I think these other colds weakened me, and then I broke. A bunch of people that I know, it's been going around down here, not just the one, but just a bunch of other colds and stuff like that. So apparently I'm out. I'm out of the game. I'm grounded. I'm stuck at home. So ordering groceries, and obviously we're not going to go anywhere because the last thing you need to be doing with a corona thing is going to theme parks or going out. And not just, it's a mild one. I think it's gotten mild, at least for us. Excuse me. Sort of a mild case, and we're feeling okay. But the last thing you want to do is get other people sick. And so that's it. I guess I'm grounded, stuck at home. There's a bunch of stuff that I wanted to be filming out of the house, but I guess there's some stuff we could be doing in the house. So we're gonna drink a lot of fluid and take a lot of quills, day quills and night quills, and all the other quills, and hope to get better. We got vitamins, we got all that kind of stuff. So it's a little bit of a bummer because I was already sick and thinking like, okay, good, we're getting better. We're gonna start all this stuff, and we started filming one project, and then kablooey. So it does feel kind of weird, and it's funny because there's no shame in catching a virus. That's I think I had a pretty good run of not catching that virus. In fact, I may have already had it when it all first started, before lockdowns, before all that kind of stuff. And they were saying like, oh, it's not in the U.S. yet. It's not in the U.S. yet. During that time, in February 2020, I got really sick. Was it February or March? It may have been March. And I was pretty darn sick. And I was with a whole group of people, one of whom was a doctor who said that almost certainly we got the virus. And but by the time they had antibody tests, it was already past the 90 days. An antibody test that I could get access to. And so there's no way of knowing. So if I didn't have it then, I've managed to avoid it this entire time till now. But it hit me like it eventually gets everyone, I guess. And so it's not so much that. The bummer is that you got to go, okay, who have I spent any time with? Who have I been around? So we took this morning and tried to contact everybody that we knew. I just give them a heads up. Nobody else is sick. Other people have been taking tests today and stuff. No one else is sick. So for some reason, it's just me and Allie struck down, and just sort of grounded until we test negative, which is funny because being negative is positive, but being positive, that's kind of negative. So anyway, quest for positivity style. Can't control the circumstances at the moment, but I can control what I do about the circumstances, which is to stay in my house and not get anybody else sick. And it's funny because a couple days ago, we were invited to go somewhere with a bunch of other people, and I had just felt, I had a couple colds, like I said, recently, and I just felt right away like something different about this. And I told Allie, I was like, let's not go. So we didn't go, and lo and behold, the next day when we got the home test, they were positive, which is negative. But it's weird, I had like a sixth sense kind of a feeling like, no, let's not go. And it's funny too, because the group of people we were going with, it's like, I don't think we're coming down. And they're like, oh, don't worry, no one's worried about that stuff anymore. It's probably not, the colds are going around, but I just had a feeling. And so that's it. So we're grounded in the house. We got food and water and Propel and vitamins, like I said, and everything. So it was good timing if it had to happen, because we're fully stocked around here. And like I said, we can order groceries. We've got friends who can go and get stuff for us. So there's no reason to leave the house. Yeah. So it's good timing, other than the fact that obviously I was already down and had the wedding and all the other stuff. And so I feel kind of interrupted with our normally scheduled program here. But not to worry, there will be plenty of adventures coming up. Obviously, it's better to wait. It's no good. I get it. I totally get like the feeling of like, nah, man, I don't feel that bad. I want to be out doing stuff and having adventures. Obviously, I don't want to sit around my house and feel grounded, especially if it's all raining and soggy outside. But yeah, better to do that than risk getting other people sick. So that's what we've decided on here, is to just stay indoors until we test negative, which will be positive, because then we won't be sick. And yeah, I'm trying to think what else has gone on. We did film a new show, an interview show, the other day, right in between the sicknesses. Like I said, Tyler got married, so it's crazy. Fake Tyler's got a real wife, and Tyler's real wife is a fake husband. No, but they got married, which was a beautiful wedding. I'm not a huge fan of going to weddings. And then obviously Allie's have her health stuff, which I'll have a whole update video about soon, and she's gone through all these surgeries and things. And so not only did the pandemic put off our wedding at first, but then it was a good thing, like those things happened, and we can't get married until her health issues are pretty much resolved, because she gets these injections. They're very expensive. She's got a team of specialists and doctors looking out for her. You don't swap horses in the middle of the race. And obviously, to get married, you got to switch to health insurance and all that kind of stuff. So our thing is kind of put on hold. It's funny watching our friends who got engaged after us get married before us. So it was a little emotional at the wedding, in terms of like, we were looking at each other because she was in the bridal party and I'm in the mantle party, or the other part of the bridal party, and we're looking across and we're tearing up for our friends who had a cute wedding, and there was humor and it was funny and all that. And then we're kind of tearing up for each other, like, what, we're going to do this one day. Or we'll just elope, or we'll just never do it and save the money and go to Italy. Who knows? If you see us in Italy, that's what we decided on. But yeah, so not great timing work-wise, obviously. Coming back from the trip and then heading into a rut of nothing is no fun for me, especially if you know me at all in real life. I can't stand to sit still. I'm constantly wiggling. This is about as long as I can sit still ever. And but I just wanted to give everybody an update, let everybody know that we are okay. We do have the virus. Thankfully, it didn't hit us for the first couple of years, and we got a really mellow form of the virus, apparently. It's stuffy. There's a little body achy stuff. You get up and you start doing stuff. Oh, I'll clean this. I'll move this. And then, 10, 15 minutes later, I need to lay down. I'm dying. And then you're fine and you get back up and everything's cool. But, yeah, that's basically what's going on. We finally caught it. The hailstorm finally hit us. And we finally got the thing. And it's weird, too, because every other cold that I was getting when I was doing the tests, I would be like, dang, it's not it. It's like I said, the other ones were worse. Like I feel like I had a worse head cold a couple weeks ago. And you're like, dang, it didn't hit me yet. I didn't get the one, But now I've got the one. And I got to tell you, it's not a fun one. It's not a fun one. It's no fun. That's for sure. So I'll be here. I guess I got to wear the scarlet letter. The mask of shame. Somebody made me this mask. Look at this. Creepy. Creepy. Wear the mask of shame. I guess I got a chance to prepare for a bunch of projects that I've had no time to work on. And this isn't No Shave November. This is just the misery of being sick and not shaving because I've been miserable. It's been a couple days. It's been actually a couple days since I've been anywhere. I haven't been anywhere since last week. And so we've already been home, seeing nobody and doing nothing. But everyone that Allie did come into contact with before she was feeling sick and all that stuff, we reached out to everybody. But yeah, so I guess there's time to catch up on a little reading. Watch Conan the Barbarian. I don't know what to do now. I was all ready to raring to go out. I was gonna go to Knott's Berry Farm this week. I was gonna do all this stuff, and now I'm sitting here. But I have been doing a lot of research and a lot of reading for some very exciting adventures. Some for next year, some for this year, some for this winter, and preparing projects for some time travel and some other Randomland stuff like that. So never you fear. We're alive. Where, as well as can be expected, really, honestly, considering the circumstances, I actually sound a lot better right now than I was sounding earlier today. Hopefully that means I'm on the mend and not on one of these wavy things I've been for the last couple days. But other than feeling like a little lightheaded and weak and tired, fatigue. The fatigue thing is real, man. That's a crazy thing. We have apparently a very mild case. If anything changes, I'll keep you guys updated. Obviously, we'll be on Instagram and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I just thought I would drop in, let everybody know what happened, because a couple of people were sending a message like, I know you had a cold, which was like a week ago, and they're like, but what happened? Like, well, I had the cold, then I was getting better and doing stuff, and then I must have caught another sniffle from somebody else. So somebody weakened me, and then I broke. And I'll let you know when everything gets repaired and back to normal, or if I start feeling better enough and have a day without, sickness, but we're still testing. There's stuff to do around here as well. So don't worry, I didn't disappear. We didn't fall off any cliffs or anything like that, but we do have the dreaded virus. The pandemic traveled all over the world, back and forth and back, and finally, boom, it got me. So I'm going to go take a bunch of Dayquil and a little lozenge for the old throat here, and hopefully go sleep well quite a bit until I am all the way well, and then we test negative, which will be a very positive day. Until that happens, though, I'm sort of grounded. I'm suspended from school and grounded from my own randomtown.com/fun. And here we are. So there's an update for you. Another update I might as well bring up now, because why not? Because this interrupted our podcast interview schedule. This interrupted all kinds of things. I might as well tell you that one thing some of you guys who've been watching for a long time may know, I used to do these vlogs in between Randomland episodes, and they are probably coming back. I did one when we were on our trip, but there will be more. I plan on doing some this week. Was the week I was going to bring this whole thing back with the Sometimes vlog, which will only happen sometimes, a vlog that happens sometimes, only sometimes, and that's probably going to be coming back on an old channel. So if you don't know, I used to have a channel, which was youtube.com/livefastdiepoor, a little long in the mouth, but that was the name of the channel, where Randomland actually started. It kind of blew up and got big. It was sort of one of the only at least theme park sort of YouTube-y type of things at the time, and it got a little too big too fast, and I just so I backed off of that and started filming on this channel all the time when there was like no subscribers, because this one was getting close to 100,000. I was like, it's too much pressure. But things change, and that channel still exists. I haven't used it in years, but if sometimes vlog comes back, we're thinking it's probably going to end up there. So if you have never subscribed to youtube.com/livefastdiepoor, you might want to head over to there, click the little subscribey thingy, because I plan on, Lord willing and the creek don't rise, or the virus kill me, I plan on uploading some stuff over there in the coming weeks once I very positively test negative. And so anyway, that's the only other news I can think of, other than I'm sick. I don't sound super sick at the moment, but it's, like I said, it's coming like this. And Allie's a little worse than me. She's coughing a little bit, but we didn't even really get like chesty coughy stuff. It's mostly face. People are really interested in this stuff for some reason, because I was at, well, exactly what do you think? I could smell and taste fine. I could smell when my nose isn't stuffed up. Got a little bit of pressure here, and a lot of sinusy, foreheady stuff. occasional cough like that, sort of dry cough, throat hurt a little bit. But mostly we're okay. It's mostly fatigue, body achy, and feeling cold and wanting to get in the thing. Not even a lot of fever, so we're fine. But that's just sort of what's going down. So we won't be going anywhere. We'll be staying indoors, and I guess digging out old DVDs or something. Just try and stay busy and get better. And then I'll see you guys out in the rest of the world. And I know it's happened to a lot of you guys. I hope you're all well. I know we're heading into the season of wintertime, people inside getting sick. So hopefully you guys missed the flu, and hopefully you don't get the plague. And hopefully you're doing well, you and yours. Thanksgiving coming up, and a bunch of other things I want to talk to you about, and all that kind of stuff, both on the Patreon podcast and Randomland, and hopefully with the return of the Sometimes vlog as well. So I guess this is sort of almost like one of those. Just here to say hello and let everybody know what happened and where I've been and why. And I've been stalling to see if I think of anything else. So that's pretty much all I got. My brain is not functioning at full capacity. Not that it ever has been functioning at a whole normal human's capacity, but it's functioning at an even lower capacity today. So last but not least, I'll show you this 1950 drawing, wow, of a rocket ship. Look at that, drawn, we think, by a certain notable artist. This was given to me very recently, but until we have the proof, I don't want to tell you who drew it. It's just sitting on my desk, so I thought I'd show you. Look, a rocket ship! It's a rocket ship! A rocket ship! Okay, I do feel a little bit miserable, so I'm going to go go to bed. We appreciate all of you guys and all the people who've been like, where are you? What you doing? And I want to get back to full strength, which is not very strong, but full strength for me very soon. And until then, I'll see you guys in the more than 1,000 old episodes. So if you're really bored, go back and watch some old episodes, and then I'll catch up with you in the future, in hopefully the very near future, in Randomland. All right, goodbye, everybody. Stay well. I'll see you soon.